morning, Dubai. How are you doing? Welcome back to the Lovin Daily. I'm here with Simran and Ali Baba. How are you all doing?
Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are we on this freezing, cold, but bright and beautiful morning?
Yeah, you go first, Ali. Because the fans want to know what you think.
It's cold.
It is cold.
It's freezing. I was walking from the metro to the office and I'm just like,
It's not. It's like biting, and I don't know why. Is our office? We don't even have AC at the moment, and it's like I'm wearing 2 layers. This was meant to be my top for today, and I've worn this is like my office jumper, but I'm just wearing it because it's too cold.
Smart. Yeah, it is freezing. It's icy cold. And you wrote an article about it being really freezing in Al Ain.
In LA,
Was
so
it?
temperatures, not only people look at this beautiful weather, and it is beautiful, we're not gonna lie, of course it's beautiful, but it dipped to -2 yesterday, -1.9 in Alain, and they have all these really cool videos of like ice forming around leaves, and you know that thing growing up, the worst thing about mornings and going to school and going to the office was you'd come out and it'd be ice on your roof of your car, and you'd have to like de-steam it, and that's actually happening in Alain right now.
Damn.
I was getting warm in the studio, and now thinking about it, I'm just like, ugh.
Can't relate, but oh my God, we've not had proper rain this winter. Like Dubai's not.
Haven't.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Come on, cloud seeding. Hurry it
Exactly.
up.
We need a little bit of release.
Yes.
Anyway, guys, back to the show.
Yes.
Simran and I here with you every single weekday morning. Hopefully, Simran will be with us more in the future. But we're going to be talking about fake news regarding the COVID vaccine. We're going to be talking about animal rights activists are helping a very poor kitten. We're also going to talk about the WhatsApp privacy policies. And our top story, which is the UK travel corridor, has been removed for people traveling from the UAE to the UK.
Yes, but before we begin, a quick shout out to Lovin Extra, Lovin Dubai's exclusive membership service. You can sign up right now and get access to exclusive content, giveaways, and offers. Plus, this very cool Lovin Eco water bottle, which costs 130 dirhams alone. Like if you get it separately.
Have you ever seen those people in like those sales videos? I could just be beside you. So you
Yeah.
can just like comment on it, and I'd be like,
Voila.
What's it called? Telemarketing.
yeah.
It's like telemarketing.
I watched that Bridget
videos.
Jones over, you know, Bridget Jones, the first one.
What is that? No, I don't know.
Bridget Jones. Is that because I'm old, or is it because I'm
I'm gonna Google it right
hardened?
now. Bridget Jones.
Bridget Jones is like the ultimate singleton movie. Bridget Jones, she has difficulty finding love. She falls for the bad boy, and then she eventually ends up with the nice one. Yeah, so that's it. And then her mom ends up in this like telemarketing thing for a really short part of the movie. And she's just standing there being like, anyway, it's the water
This is
bottle.
the product, guys.
This is the product.
But I mean, it looks so nice. I wanted to take one from the office, but they locked up the whole thing. So it's like, okay, never mind.
I took that yesterday.
You took it?
But
I want one.
But I paid for a subscription.
You know what? I
Of
think I'm
course
gonna do
I
it
did.
too.
You have to. Well, I did it because I want to see what it's like for the users. And that's only it. And also because when you write, we have exclusive content on Lovin Extra. So when Simran writes articles, if I want to read them, unless I go into the back end of the website, like Simran does and does it the cheap way, you have to be a member.
Wow. Thanks for that. But yesterday's article that you wrote for Lovin Extra, it was so good. So apt.
Well,
This is actually because Dubai has become a safe haven for so many people in countries that are facing lockdowns right now.
a safe haven, and also probably a bit of an escape, I would say,
Yeah.
because it's still open. But talking about people traveling, the big news this morning, this was announced overnight. The UAE has now been removed from the UK travel corridor. So the UK travel guidelines for people arriving from the UAE to the UK have been updated. So anyone traveling from the UAE to England, Northern Ireland and Wales after 4 a.m. GMT on Tuesday will need to isolate for 10 days. And this follows Scotland, who updated their guidelines on Monday. So basically, you'll need to isolate for 10 days and get a test before you travel. And this follows an increase in numbers on both sides. We've seen cases rising here. We're seeing cases rises in the UK. So the UK government have made that blanket move starting from Tuesday. And the times vary a little bit depending on if you're going to Scotland or the rest of the UK. But you can get all that on UK government travel updates, which is where we got our information.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
But cases are practically rising everywhere. It's not just Dubai, UK, America. It's on the rise everywhere. It's a global thing right now. It's just on the surge. I think we've called it the second wave a long time back. Third wave. Now it's the new strain, I think.
New strain. You're so right, and you could call it kind of like the holiday period, maybe because
Yeah.
people traveled, people wanted to see family, and also it's this new infectious virus. I was talking to my family in the States. 1 in 10 people in Los Angeles have COVID-19.
1 in 10
One in
persons.
ten.
Oh
I,
my
I
God.
need to get the population
And
of
with
Los Angeles, but
some specific people in the public asking for large
4 million.
crowd gatherings in the US.
Just talk about Trump.
Yeah. You can, like guess why the numbers are increasing so much because of irresponsible leadership.
Yeah, we will talk a little bit more about COVID and vaccines, but as we are seeing the cases rise, we're also seeing vaccinations rise in the UAE. 80,000 doses were given out yesterday. We're one of the best countries for vaccinations in the world, which makes us feel a little bit safe as we're hearing all this kind of
For
dreadful
sure.
news.
We've been waiting for the vaccination and now it's finally out. So check it out, do your research, and get vaccinated if you feel like that would just make you feel a lot safer and a lot more confident going out. Now, moving on, Dubai residents are not too happy with WhatsApp's new privacy policy. So now both Android and iOS users around the world have received in-app notifications of the Facebook-owned WhatsApp's updated terms of service and privacy policy, after which the cross-platform messaging application started trending big time on Twitter. Now, concerned users were disturbed about WhatsApp's new feature that enables the app to share personal data with Facebook, reviving the age old debate of digital privacy on smartphones and social media platforms. So, a Dubai based resident, Natasha, shared a hilarious meme mocking WhatsApp's privacy policy, which I think you can see beside us on this side. This side, right? Yeah, and it's like it's of a washroom with clear doors, so it's like you can see the person doing their business, and it's like basically WhatsApp's new privacy policy.
I really like your turn of phrase there. You can see people doing their business because that's exactly what people are doing on WhatsApp. But yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So I mean, basically no privacy there. So yeah, users are also considering giving up using the mass communication app altogether. However, this is a problem across all social media applications and not just one. From Instagram and Snapchat to TikTok and Google, most, if not all, established social media platforms have access to user details at all times. And Google even keeps a track of your location history to provide you with accurate searches, suggestions, and recommendations depending on your location.
Mm-hmm. I think with the meme was a great way to cover that story because it's like obviously a lot of people are talking about it. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts on this, anyway, applications have access to all our details. Like, when you sign up for a new app and they go like, how do you want to sign up through Facebook, Google, Twitter, or with your email? We all choose the easier version, which is like Facebook or Twitter. And we are giving them access to all our information. So this is, I think it shouldn't be done, but it's anyway done. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel the very same. It's like I should care, but even when you go on to when I was in the UK over Christmas, every time you go on to a new news outlet, they ask you to accept the updates, accept the cookies, whatever
Yeah.
it is, and you're basically and every single time, and I was on loads, so I was like every single time I want to go to a new site, I was like accept, accept, accept. So I
Yeah.
gave away, and what they're doing is they're taking every like sites that I'm visiting from my phone, how long I scroll and things. That I'm giving
Yeah.
all that to a random news website that I'm going on. Never mind the apps that I actually download onto my phone. Like I don't know enough about it, but I'm
Yeah.
assuming in my like small brain, the fact that WhatsApp and Facebook are already connected, I believe our information's already out there for the taking to any app that we download because I'm not that strict with apps that I download. So the fact that WhatsApp can share my information with Facebook, I kind of feel like it's already happening anyway.
Yeah, very true.
I don't know.
And I feel like we live in a big brother kind of world right now. Everything is digitalized. There are cameras everywhere. Is there any privacy? Like the more digital we get, I feel like the less privacy we have.
Well, just throw away your phone. Don't use Facebook if you have an issue with it. We are using a service. These aren't WhatsApp is free, which is absolutely fantastic. It's the best app on my phone. but there's like thousands of people working in a WhatsApp company somewhere that are providing me that service, and I expect it to be free. No, it's
Yeah.
not free. Nothing in life is free, guys. So we can't just assume that it's going to be working for us and there's no benefit. I just think if you don't like it, don't use it.
True that. No such
True
thing
that.
as a free ride.
Moving on, speaking about, no such thing as free ride, no, we're speaking about fake news. There's actually fake news right now. I hate this, it's constant. Spreading about the COVID-19 vaccine in the UAE. So there was fake news originally about the virus, and now fake news about the vaccine. And the UAE ministry have actually had to put a stop to it. They released an urgent update. You can see it beside me if you're watching on Facebook, denying the rumors circulating about the COVID vaccine on social media. So MOHAP, they said in a statement yesterday, they underlined the importance of obtaining of obtaining information from official and reliable sources only, and called all members of the community to verify the information before circulation in order to avoid legal liability. Basically, if you hear news about the vaccine and it doesn't come from a reputable source, verify it before you spread it, or else you could be accountable against the word of law.
For sure. And it's fear mongering, panic mongering. So Ali, stop spreading fake news.
Ali's like, I wasn't even listening. What are you talking about?
All I heard was Ali stop spreading fake news.
Yes, that's all you needed to hear.
Well, it's, we're talking about the vaccine, and I think it was actually Chris Fade who put a poll, I think so, ages ago, like a week or two. That's ages in these COVID times. He put a poll on his Instagram, and it was like, would you take the vaccine? And when I responded, it was like 50-50. And in other countries where the vaccine isn't readily available, people are crying out for it, and they really want, kind of, especially the elders members of society, to get it. Here we have the opportunity. I've seen people on our Instagram, they're sharing stories, they're going right now to get the vaccine.
Yeah.
Without an appointment. You can actually do that. You can walk up. You should go on to SEHA. You should go on to DHA. They are doing phase 1, which is elderly people first and people with chronic diseases. But you can actually go right now without an appointment to get it. And people are still skeptical. I think it's because it's there. It's so incredible what the UAE have done to make it available for us. Stop spreading fake news about it. Like exactly what you said. Do your research.
Yeah. And the apps, I just downloaded the SEHA app very recently. It's so easy to use. Like if you guys are confused on where to get it or the information and stuff, and the internet has like an overload of stuff for you, just download DHA or SEHA, like Casey said. And the information is so broken down and like to the point. So you will get all the information you need from the apps. Vaccination to testing centers to appointments to everything.
I think there are 2 currently available in the UAE. There's the Pfizer, and then there's Sinopharm.
And Sputnik somewhere there in the making.
In the making.
Yeah.
It's not available for use yet, but it's in the making. So you have that option of vaccines as well. There's so much detailed information about how to get it. Information afterwards. You get 2 doses. You have to get it within 21 days, and that's all available. So I would recommend doing your research personally so I know that I can go today and get it without an appointment. I'd rather wait until I know that we announced yesterday all frontline workers are done, but I'd rather wait until I know that all elderly people with chronic diseases, until that section is done, and then I'll book my appointment, but I'll be first in line after that.
Yes. And also the Al Hussein app. HOSN, yes.
Okay.
3 apps for you guys. But
There you go.
Responsible Casey is going to get it after everyone is vaccinated.
I thought you were going to say after she had COVID.
Oh, yeah, after you got COVID. Are you immune now? Did the doctors tell you anything that you have antibodies?
You're not immune, but if I'm going to get the vaccine, I need to wait for 3 weeks.
But can you catch it again? Did you ask the doctors or anyone?
I didn't. The thing is, you don't have much one-on-one doctor time when you have COVID, surprisingly. So I was just sitting in an empty house in the UK, like emailing the NHS all my questions, and then this girl Ruth called me back. But I had other questions about traveling and about family members that kind of took precedence. From what I've read, the likelihood is I won't get it soon, but I'm not immune. So
okay, so it's safe for everyone to get vaccinated, whether you got the virus or not.
Yeah, you still should. But like I said, depending on the vaccine, it depends how effective it is. And also, yeah, I need to wait for 3 weeks, which is probably... Oh, look, my earring fell.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna get that. Continue.
We have a wardrobe malfunction in the office.
The reason I'm getting it is because if I didn't, I would totally forget about it. And my mom gave this to me, so I'm gonna
Oh,
look
I
after it.
saw it. Actually, I thought it was gonna fall. I called it in my brain.
I actually don't know if it totally works. This is one of those old earrings that I just kind of picked up. But anyway,
My mind voice called it. Okay, so us moving on. A 6-month-old kitten got dumped in the desert. That got dumped in the desert, got rescued by animal activists in Dubai. Now, residents dumping their pets around Dubai it has increasingly become an issue over the past couple of years, with expats relocating, losing their jobs, not being able to afford to care for their pets, not being able to train their pets, or even because they consider their pets ugly. So, because of these reasons or others, these domesticated animals get dumped without any second thought whatsoever, and owners throw away pets not knowing that domesticated animals find it incredibly difficult to adapt to outdoors, and many don't even end up surviving the change of environment. They get into road accidents, get into fights with stray animals. It's a whole different environment for these domesticated animals, and it's people are just inconsiderate when they do such things. And recently, another case was brought to light when in a Facebook group where a Dubai-based animal enthusiast shared a video of another abandoned pet found scared and starved in a desert in Sharjah, and the Persian male kitty was discovered to be only 6 to 7 months old. Now, a lady found him in Sharjah and then arranged for someone to pick him up immediately and dropped him off to a vet in Dubai. And now many expats in this city have had to relocate as a result of as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, and in the process they simply abandon their pets to avoid paying for the costs of boarding and their flights and making their passports, etc. Now, it's worthwhile to note that residents found dumping their pets on the streets can face serious legal consequences, including jail time. So that's something to be aware of before you guys decide to go and get a pet and take on all those responsibilities.
it's so sad.
It's
The number of stray
heartbreaking.
animals in this city, in this country.
Stray animals and abandoned pets.
Yeah, but you know what I don't get though is that I'm part of a lot of dogs in Dubai and let's say stray center, is it UAQ, and
Yeah.
a lot of kind of rehoming pet services. I'm part of a lot of their Facebook groups, and there's such an amazing community of people who care.
Yeah.
And like whenever someone puts up a post, which is so heartbreaking to read, that I have to leave the country, and for whatever reason, especially now, I don't have the money, I need to rehome my animal, which is probably very hard for them to write. Um, there's a lot of support. There's so much support. So, and I just see thousands of animal lovers, and I'm like, who is the person who's who's the person who's actually leaving an animal
No, there
when
are
they leave
such
their home?
horrible
I know
people.
I know what's happening, but it's just like you always see the people who care online. You never see
Yeah.
the person who's like, well, I've just left my dog.
Yeah, very true. People are just horrible. Like some people out there. Last week there was a story on someone who threw hot oil on a cat who was crying for food. It's just so sad. Like there are people who want to help, like especially when there are people out there who want to help others relocate their animals when they want to shift or if they're not able to take care of them. Knowing that there are communities like this, people still don't even bother, to make that small effort. They just like, okay, off you go. No.
Well, this is the thing. I think the message here is if you do need to relocate and you're really struggling financially and you have an animal that needs a rehome, do your research. Don't just and the issue I think with some people is they'll put it onto a Facebook page and then it will go to a home who's not quite prepared. So I
Yeah.
would suggest giving it to, let's say, Sharjah Cat and Dog Centre, the Rack Animal Centre, UAQ
Queen
Stray Dog
Centre,
Centre.
yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I was trying to going for. There's a number of kind of really reputable places. So if you're struggling, I would go directly to them and ask them for their advice rather than just putting on a Facebook page. Because what people will do is they'll put their like designer doggies on this Facebook page, and some person who's like, "Oh, I'd like a dog," will respond, and
Yeah.
they're not fully prepared.
Yeah.
So I would just recommend getting the best advice. And sometimes Facebook groups aren't the best place for advice, or aren't the best place for, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just go to the experts.
And in the movie Lilo and Stitch, like there's this one phrase, Ohana means family, and family means no one gets left behind. Guys, pets are your family. Like honestly, but please take care of them. Right, Casey, don't you agree? You have a nice, cute, beautiful dog. Do you not agree? Like she's family.
100%. A goose came into my life last March, so she's like 9, 10 months. Well, actually, no, she came into the world in March, and then we adopted a little bit later. She was a rescue. She has a little bit of anxiety issues, but she's so funny because she's very special to me now.
Love that. Love that rescue.
I actually have a photo of her here. This was like pre-COVID times when she came into the office one night. They put her here, so we have a great photo, so we could share that one.
What, you had her here in
Yeah.
the office? Oh, I didn't know we could get dogs here.
I don't think it was actually permitted.
Lawbreaker, Casey.
Jamie was walking her in JLT, and we were working late, so I was like, just bring her up.
But yeah, adopt, don't shop.
Adopt,
like
don't shop
Casey.
is the message.
Yes.
Guys, that is it for us on the Lovin Daily. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me too.
And goodbye from me.
Guys, see you soon. Bye.